Devour. Devour. I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
What is going on, everyone? DsP here. And it's time once again for another fun episode of DsP Tries It. I'm not going to complain. Basically, this bag of food was $20 for me. So, if anything, I can't really complain about pricing today because I think the pricing was wrong. Fast food, right? Hopefully I don't have a heart attack.
Well, I see condensation and juice running down the sides of the container. That's what the steak nuggets look like up close. But I'm just gonna eat this just like this. I'm gonna pop it right in my mouth, see what it's like. You ready? Here we go. Steak nuggets from Arby's, everybody.
Devour. Devour.
Okay. The initial impression, I was like, oh, this actually has some pretty good flavor. You could actually taste that char flavor that I had mentioned, okay? And you could actually taste the beef. It actually has flavor. It's seasoned well. But then as soon as you start to chew on it, and that initial wave of flavor hits your tongue, you're like, this is a little chewy, and man, this is dry.
I haven't had sex in ages.
This, again, are the chicken tenders that you can get. The first bite of a chicken tender from Arby's. Here we go. Ready?
Devour. Devour.
I've always eaten it sideways like a taco. That's disgusting. Stop smacking your lips. You gross old fart.
That's delicious. What is going on at Arby's that they have things you would never think are good, and they're actually really good? First, the burger. These chicken strips or chicken tenders are really tasty. So you bite into it, and immediately you realize it's moist on the inside. It's not dry. It's actually moist white meat chicken.
This is the buffalo chicken sandwich. It's pretty small. I thought it was going to be the size of the other chicken sandwiches, but this feels very light. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's see what the buffalo chicken sandwich looks like at Arby's, okay? I figured it would be messy, and indeed I see there's sauce everywhere. It's got a standard brioche-style bun. There's a lot of buffalo sauce. There's your chicken breast. It's pretty small. And I see shredded lettuce. I think that might be it. Is it just buffalo sauce and shredded lettuce? Well, if that's the case, that might be why it's only $4. It's pretty cheap. This is bigger than McChicken. This is bigger than like a cheeseburger at McDonald's. Like, it's bigger than the other things that you would think would be equivalent. Okay? Let's try it. All right, buffalo chicken sandwich from Arby's. Let's see if it's any good.
Devour. Devour.
Oh! Don't you know how to keep your mouth closed during a meal? My disgusting pig-like mouth.
There's blue cheese on there. It's also on my face. There's blue cheese on there. That's pretty good. So it's a spicy buffalo. It has a kick to it. It legit has a spicy kick to it. And then on the bottom, they put blue cheese. Now, I don't usually eat blue cheese, but I feel like blue cheese is good with certain ingredients. And a spicy buffalo sauce actually is one of the things that goes well off of it. You know, blue cheese is a little bit bitter, creamy.
A marbled rye bread. I see some fatty meat. I see some sauerkraut sticking out of the bottom. How's that for a cross section? Let's do a better view. That's not bad. Not a bad cross section. Certainly not a lot of meat, but not a little either. Kind of in the middle of the road. But let's give it a go. So traditional Reuben sandwiches is pastrami or corned beef. This looks like pastrami. It's usually some kind of a mustard or Thousand Island. This looks like it's Thousand Island. It's usually sauerkraut and like a Swiss cheese. Some people put other stuff on it too, but I think that's a traditional Reuben. So let's give it a try. Here we go. All right.
Devour. Devour.
I love meat. I love the red meat. All right.
All right, I'll be honest, everybody. It's very, very mid. It's not terrible, to be clear. It's not overly one way or the other in flavor. You could taste the meat, the savoriness, the saltiness of the pastrami. You could taste the sourness of the sauerkraut. I taste a little bit of the tanginess of the Thousand Island. The one thing I don't taste at all is cheese. So I actually have no idea if they put cheese on their Reuben.
They are very high in acid. It's true, acid levels for your body. So if you actually eat a lot, you're actually going to raise the natural acid level of your body and make yourself susceptible to diseases that have to do with acid, including one that I know all too well, gout. I learned the hard way, okay? We just had a troll in the chat. Celebrate Gout 100. So, har, Phil had gout earlier this year. They think it's like funny to bring that up. Look, another one, fall gout. How is this funny?
How's the gout, Phil?
Oh my god, here's another one. How's the gout, Phil? Another idiot. This is great.
How's the gout?
Oh, the gout. Hereditary in my family because my aunt had it her whole life and didn't fucking tell anybody. Thanks, aunt. Feels a gouty fat butt. Feels a gouty fat butt.
The Reuben. For what I paid, a good value, less than $5 for the sandwich. Okay? Everything there is fine, but the meat is just more bland than I wanted. I wanted a flavorful meat, and the meat is bland, and that's a very big disappointment. So, being that the meat is supposed to be the main course, the main attraction of a Reuben sandwich, I have to judge it appropriately. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. That Reuben is not satisfying. It's too bland. That meat needs to have more flavor. I don't know what happened to it. Okay? The buffalo chicken sandwich. Okay? Buffalo sauce, spicy. My kind of buffalo. I like one that has a spicy kick to it. Some blue cheese to offset the spiciness of the buffalo. Okay? But the chicken is like mush. You can tell it's a lower quality chicken breast that they put on there, or chicken cutlet is probably what they call it. The breading is not crispy. It absorbs all the sauce and becomes like mush. That's not good. You don't want to be biting into a mush sandwich. You want crispiness, crunchiness on any kind of a fried chicken sandwich. That's the disappointment. The price, it's only $4. The price isn't bad, but the crispiness needs to be there, and it's not. So I'm going to give their buffalo chicken sandwich a 2.5 out of 5. The chicken tendy. This, I think, is the best value and the most shocking quality of anything that I had. In fact, look at this one. This one is twice the size of the other two I ate. Look at that. The flavor is good. It's actually juicy. I'm shocked because it looks like something you would get out of your grocer's freezer and make yourself in your oven. But it actually has good flavors. Seasoned well, juicy chicken on the inside, cheap. 3 for $3.50 is cheap for chicken tenders in the United States. So, thumbs up to the chicken tenders. I'm going to give them a 4 out of 5. And it's an interesting premise. It's an interesting experiment to have chunks of steak meat that are delivered like this and that you're supposed to pop them in your mouth like a chicken nugget. I'm salivating at the goddamn mouth. Does it work? Flavor-wise, yes. I like the flavor of steak nuggets. There's a char flavor to it. There's a savoriness. There's a seasoning on the outside of the beef. That's absolutely delicious. And when you combine that with that tangy and sweet barbecue sauce, it goes well off of each other. I actually think that's a good combination that goes well. But there is one huge, glaring problem with these steak nuggets. They're overcooked. You don't want to start chewing steak, and immediately within 2 bites, you're like, no, chewy, dry, chewy, dry, chewy, dry. Even with the barbecue sauce, it wasn't able to be saved. It added more flavor, but it didn't add enough moisture. So the steak nuggets are not horrible by any means. Flavor-wise, I think you'll like them. But I got to rate them fairly. I give the new steak nuggets at Arby's a 3 out of 5. But by the way, when you get them, be sure to flip them to the bottom to see the convenient sticker they put on there to tell you if they've expired or not and if you're eating old nuggets. I find it hilarious that they leave that sticker on the container and you can blatantly see that these have to be eaten by 10 a.m. tomorrow or else they're bad. Throw them out. So overall, and by the way, I'm absolutely sure this is probably going to be good. The beef and cheddar. The beef and cheddar is their standard sandwich that's always been good. It's kind of like the Whopper at Burger King that barely ever changed and is still pretty darn good today like it was 25 years ago. I loved this when I had it in February. I'm sure I would have liked it, but I'm not going to eat it now and review it. It wouldn't be fair.
I hope you enjoyed another DsP Tries It. I'll see you next time.